Hey, Scott from Meerschaum here.
And Seth Markwood.
Stop touching my knee. Together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Good morning, boy.
Good morning, Homer.
And good morning to you once again. It is hot in the shop. It shouldn't be this hot. We just kicked the doors and windows open, and it's just close to 90 degrees right now on a hot August night.
So you know what we should do?
Smoke something.
Light some things on fire and hold them close to our face.
Okay, so we got a couple things interesting today. The first one is what Boy is going to be smoking. And that is, he's going to be smoking one of these cigars. What is this thing anyway?
Cheap.
Let's open the package. So this was a cigar. If you missed it, I posted on Instagram and on Facebook after seeing a tweet from DIGHSXJ mentioning that Cigars International was having this special, that for the low price of $1 with free shipping, you'd get these 5 cigars. Cheap. So Seth got a package of them, I got a package of them, my wife ordered a package of them. And
my wife did not.
I'm hoping that these are not awful, and if they're awful, then I guess I'll make some pipe mud. That's what Boy's going to be smoking. I am going to, on the other hand, be opening a Missouri Meerschaum Cob Cigar. This is the Chris Morgan designed, Missouri Meerschaum built Cob Cigar. The last one I opened, I cut in half on my bandsaw, so this one's for realsies.
So they don't have to be mad about this one?
No.
Okay. I mean, they still can be, but...
Yeah.
So this is Fabrica de Tobacco.
As of this morning, all of our back orders are caught up.
Woo-hoo.
So if you ordered one of these from us, it's on its way. If you don't have it yet, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and smoke this. I actually had some people get pretty ticked off at me for cutting that cigar in half.
Really?
Yes.
I can't imagine why.
Multiple reasons. There were some folks that said that they couldn't afford one. Why would I cut one in half? There were some people who were waiting on them. Why would I cut one in half? And as I stated in the video, and not everybody saw the video, I guess some people saw it on Instagram, it was one that I had pulled aside as a second anyway. None of you were going to get that. So that's just the way it is. If you don't know about this, this was a entry in the Cob Foolery contest, I think in 2014, and it was not the winner, but it had enough merit that Missouri Meerschaum started working with Chris Morgan on this idea, and it's taken them quite a while. I mean, little details such as how to put the logo on there was something that they worked on. They eventually came up with pad printing, which I think that looks gorgeous. It's so well done. At one time they talked about maybe putting a paper band on it like a real cigar, but you know,
you're going to lose that.
Yeah, that'll be gone in no time. And it's got an actual acrylic stem. It's the same stem that Chris uses on the Briar cigar, but not polished and finished as well as that one is. And then another question that has come up is, do you smoke it with the cork in place? The purpose of the cork is so you can preload this thing, put the cork in it, and then carry it around in your pocket or wherever, let it roll around on your dashboard, and then when you're ready to smoke it, no, you remove the cork. You do not smoke it with the cork in place.
I imagine that would be difficult.
I've seen Instagram pictures of people doing it.
Really?
So,
I bet it was difficult. What are you smoking?
Saxogonian from the Briar Shop, Valley River Center.
So this is Padilla.
Padilla? I don't know.
an alright flavor, but man, is the draw tight.
All right, so my advice for those of you who are smoking these for the first time, I had some experience with this a while back, and that was until you get a nice layer of carbon built up in these, I would suggest between puffs, hold it upright so that you're not applying direct heat only to one side of the chamber. And that way you'll get a nice char built up around the inside. And yeah, you'll have to relight this
Right.
more often than you do a pipe. But that's all right.
Well, and holding it straight out, you're more likely to lose your packing.
Possibly. Yeah, I've not had any ashes fall in my lap or anything with this. What is this?
I don't know. Want to use my lighter, bro?
Mm-mm.
You can do it. It's still going strong.
Not gonna do it.
I got about a third of the
Yeah.
juice
That's
left.
the big.
It's clearly lighter, bro. So, what have you been up to? Because it's been about a month since we have seen each other, hung out, recorded. Last time we were sitting outside.
Well,
By the way, we did not get rained on.
that app was fantastic.
It is 100% of the
I've
time.
recommended that to many people since then. Boontar downloaded it just the other day.
Yeah.
I was using it at the the Columbus Pipe Show this last weekend.
Spoiler.
And the big storm was blowing in, and I pulled up the app and it said, okay, you got 10 minutes before the downpour, and then you got about 10 more minutes after that before it gets nasty. And sure enough, it was spot on. 10 minutes later, drop, 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 and after the initial sprinkling, it came down torrentially, so we got out of there.
Yeah, we were at a baseball game, and they had already gone about an hour and a half at that point on a rain delay. And I pulled the app up because they had pulled everything out. They were getting ready, and then they decided to cover everything back up. And they said, we've got reports of big, nasty thunderstorms coming in, and just to make sure everyone's safe, we're going to go ahead and delay again. And I pulled up the app, and it said the drizzling was supposed to continue for about 10 minutes, and then nothing. And sure enough, drizzling for 10 minutes, nothing, and it took them another 20 minutes after that to make the call that it was all clear.
You need to send them a link to the app.
I thought about it. Yeah. And everyone sitting around me was looking at me kind of funny, because, like, we're fine. I haven't been in a situation where it fails, and when it does, it'll be okay, because it's been right enough.
So the Columbus show was interesting. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the people, meeting some folks. It was disappointing from what my expectations were, because I had been told that it was quite a bit nicer than the Triangle Area Pipe Show, which is over in Raleigh or Durham every year. And it was maybe twice the number of vendors. But even so, there were empty tables scattered throughout the whole area. So it was clear that they had said to somebody, okay, your table's over here. Maybe they were numbered when they checked in. Your table's over here. And there were about 15 8-foot-long tables that were empty on Friday night, just scattered throughout. Well, almost all of the tobacco companies pulled out. Sutliff pulled out. Sutliff, from what I hear, I don't have this firsthand, but Sutliff pulled out, and they were the ones that were supposed to be providing the tent for people to hang out in. So we didn't have a tent or a canopy. Instead, we were gathered in the entryway, or on the entryway, concrete pad. It did have a steel ceiling over it, but there were two park benches that had a capacity of about 2. So there was seating for 4 people. And Boontar and I were smart enough, we brought along our own chairs.
Yeah.
And it was funny because everybody who saw us said, oh, you guys are smart.
Not your first rodeo.
Yeah, that was a lesson we picked up from going down to the event in Marietta one year. That was standing room only.
Marietta?
Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Nashville was the same way. The very first time I went to Nashville, they had enough seats for about a third of the people that were there, and it had all spilled out into the back of a parking lot. And thankfully, most of us had our lawn chairs, so it made it all right.
Hung out. Boontar came up from Cincinnati. His family went with my family, or most of my family, to COSI, which is the what?
Center of Science and Innovation,
something like that. And they had a ball. Basically, it's a children's museum that's very interactive and very interesting. Boontar's boys, the ginger snaps as they call them, and Skipsy's older son, who is was a hoot. He was a lot of fun because not only did we do this thing where they went there and we went to the show, but afterwards we got together and had dinner. And then after dinner, we went off and had ice cream at Grader's in Cincinnati. So yeah, we traveled with them from Columbus down to Cincinnati.
That's cool.
And so all in all, it was great. And to me, what makes a show great is the people. It's great that there's some vendors that are there to sponsor this, and people, of course, are dropping money with the vendors. But for me, it's all about getting together and hanging out. Met some great people, and had a lot of fun. So that was this last weekend. I was in Chicago last week. Ate a whole bunch of pizza.
You suck.
Dayton and Columbus ate a bunch of pizza.
Yep.
So that reminds me, let's address the elephant in the room here, which is me. I injured my knees, and at this show, it was the first time anybody in the YouTube pipe community has seen, can't show you, my leg brace that I'm wearing on my right leg that's keeping me from hyperextending. It's keeping my knee from folding backwards.
Yeah. And you did that when you jumped the shark. Is that right?
Yes. I've done it. I did it in conjunction with some foot injuries that apparently changed the way I was walking, or as they say, it changed my gait. And that, in addition to osteoarthritis, has apparently eaten up the cartilage in my knees. So I'm looking down the barrel of knee replacement sometime in the near future. Had my first physical therapy yesterday, and that was really to strengthen up the legs so that they'll be able to take the surgery. But why I say the elephant, I have gained 25 pounds in 2016. I've gained so much weight, my scale has errored. And if you follow my Instagram feed, you notice that I haven't changed my caloric intake, even though my physical activity has just gone down the tube. So obviously, I've got to get all that into balance. I was hanging on the hope that I'd get better and be back in the swing of things. My metabolism's pretty good.
Well, you had some sort of weird treatment too recently, right? You had been getting
I've been getting cortisone shots, and then at the recommendation of Jason Dagner, who also has some bad knees, and one of my knees, the knee with the leg brace, I've had problems with since I was a teenager after a pretty bad skateboarding accident. And knowing Jason's experience with the skateboard and his pain with his knees, I reached out to him to find out what treatment he gets. And so I got my doctor to inject me with the same product that he gets, which is interesting because it actually has some viscosity to it. It's got some thickness. So it's supposed to add to some cushioning, not just provide pain relief. And I've never felt worse. So, anyway, I'm going to have to get this under control, and Boy and I have started a little bit of an exercise regimen that maybe we'll talk about at some point. We'll just see how it goes. But more importantly, doing what I can to strengthen these legs, and next step is cutting down the calories because, man, it has been ridiculous and uncomfortable in my own skin, let alone in my own clothes. So
you need to have a Instagram challenge where you try to take pictures of the very best salad that you can find.
No. Well, actually, that is the one thing that I've not really shared on Instagram is whenever I do eat salmon, whenever I do eat a salad, unless there's something really spectacular about it, that's not Aristogrub.
Right, it's not
That doesn't get pictured. So I'm not eating pizza every day.
Unless you're in Chicago.
Unless I'm in Chicago
Or
Dayton or Columbus.
Right. Yeah.
Oh. It's a struggle. Just ask Max. The link to Max. Way to go. I'm proud of you, buddy. Stick with it. And anyway. How about you? What's going on with you?
We are gearing up for baby girl's arrival. Should be here in about 3 weeks. We have a scheduled C-section day of September 22nd. So unless something happens before then, that's when she'll be here. Still don't have a name yet. Still haven't really talked about picking a name yet.
I have a friend in Germany whose birthday is September 22nd.
Yeah. What's his name?
Her name is Ramona.
Uh-huh.
Goes by Mona.
Uh-huh.
Her maiden name was Martini. So maybe your daughter could be named Shaken Not
Emily.
Stirred or something like that. James.
Yeah. So we've been trying to prepare for that. We are, for the time being, still living in a 2-bedroom apartment, which is fine. Our lease is out at the beginning of the year. We don't know what we're going to do then, so we're trying to prepare, get rid of some of the things that the boys have to make some room. We recognize that she will be sleeping probably in a sling in our room for a while.
Sling?
Yeah, like a bassinet, but not really.
Like a hammock?
Yeah, basically
a hammock and
a baby hammock. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's effective. It's curved on the bottom, so you can rock the baby, and it's right at bed height. It's pretty nice. So we've been trying to just clean things up and get rid of some things and make some space in preparation for that. My wife just went back to school. She's an English teacher at a high school. And so she's been doing lesson plans and also trying to prepare for being out for 8 weeks. And then I've been just adjusting to the new job. This is the middle of my 3rd week. So it's been a week in production, getting to build some of the products, learned a lot during that process, and then have spent the last week and a half kind of dipping my toe into what I'll be doing longer term. So
But it's kind of weird because for them, if they've been watching every week, there hasn't been a gap in us visiting with you because we recorded the last 4 weeks on July 31st on my birthday. We have hardly seen each other since then, so it's been a while for us.
yeah, today's August 30th.
So we're actually going to record at least one more episode, and I know for sure we've got some interesting things to talk about. But I think for the sake of this, let's wrap it up. That's all right, and we will see you guys next week with less banter and more interesting things to share with you. No, that wouldn't be less banter.
In the comments, let us know what you guys have been up to, because we both have been kind of away, not only away physically from each other, but kind of away from the keyboard. I mentioned a couple weeks ago that one of the things I'm excited about with this new and current job is I'll have a little bit more time to be involved in the community. And so let us know what you've been up to recently, and if you have any fun Labor Day plans.
Have you gotten your Cob cigar and is it broken in yet?
Yeah. Or did you have to watch a guy cut yours open? All right, guys.
Make it a great week.
See you later.